Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Untitled Reef. This is Steve. Just wanted to a little change of scenery outside. It's beautiful. It's the fall. Lots of colors going on. So we do a show outside. Talk about quarantine. I know you guys are like, oh, he's going to talk about parasites again. Parasites in the saltwater aquarium hobby are very, very bad. Worse than the freshwater. They'll wipe out your tank in the matter of hours. So, people that say, should I quarantine a fish? Should I not? Yes, you should. And I always say on my channel, I'm not going to tell you guys to do something because it's my way is the right way. But in this case, that is the case. So you quarantine your fish, which means you get a second aquarium. And don't go, oh, I have to buy a second aquarium. Plain. A second aquarium is something you're going to need to get, whether you like it or not. You've invested all this hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, in an aquarium, right? So you need to spend Petco, $20 for a 20-gallon tank, $1 per gallon sale. Get it. Get yourself a cheap lid, cheap LED lights, put your fish in there and quarantine them when you buy it from the store. Leave them in there for 6 weeks. Don't put them in your main tank. Watch them. Dose it with a mild solution of copper, cupramine. Let them chill out. Give them 50% of the dosage. It's a mild copper bath. It'll kill the parasites in the water. After 6 weeks, you put the fish in your main tank and everybody's happy. People say, oh, my fish will be fine, he looks good in the store. Oh man, it'll be fine. I've had fish for 7 years. I've never had a fucking problem. Guess what? I just got a couple messages from a couple of these guys last week saying, oh dude, I got ick. Do you quarantine coral? Yeah, you should. And that's something that I've been doing. And snails and everything too, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Snails don't get ick. Neither do your inverts like your shrimp or, starfish or anything like that. Get yourself a second aquarium, like a 10-gallon with a simple LED light, and throw them in there with no copper. No copper, never any copper. Just salt water and a light and a little power head for some flow. Let those guys in there for 4 weeks, all right? Just get the coral that you want, no fish. Get a separate quarantine tank for fish and a separate one for your corals, so you can treat one with copper for the fish for 6 weeks. Then you treat the other with nothing. You just let the coral in there. Why? Because parasites will die off in the tank if there's no food source, which is fish. The parasites in the quarantine tank with fish will die because copper will kill their ass. The parasites, if there's any in the water, in the second quarantine tank for just your inverts and your coral, they're gonna die because there's no fish to feed on, right? So after about 4 weeks minimum for corals and inverts, I'd say 6 weeks. 6 weeks for both. You buy a new coral, put it in there. Now, if that coral has been in your quarantine coral tank for 4 weeks and you buy a new coral and you throw it in, you got to start from ground zero again. 6 weeks resets to zero. It's got to be a solid 6 weeks from the time you put anything in there, because the life cycle of this parasite is 28 days. So you got to keep them in there for 4 weeks and an extra 2 weeks to kill their ass. So I'm thinking about getting a zoanthid. Haven't had one in a while. I got this 10-gallon tank downstairs, which was used for my quarantine for my Nemo fish, clownfish, and it's been rinsed out and everything's cool. There's no traces of copper at all. I'm gonna fill it with salt water from my display tank, and just let the zoanthid in there. All right, for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, you throw it in.
Dad,
hey, what?
Look.
Oh my God, you're all muddy. So you guys are thinking snails and shrimp and inverts and coral, they don't carry parasites. That's true.
Yep.
But the water that is in the fish store that you got them in is more than likely contaminated, because keep in mind, one aquarium is connected to all aquariums. They have one central filtration in the whole store. That's my tip. Thanks for watching. Happy reefing. If you like the videos, give them thumbs up, share them out, click the subscribe button so you're alerted every time a new video comes out for Untitled Reef Saltwater Aquarium Care, which is every Saturday. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.